3, 2, 1. What's up, you guys? Welcome back. How's my audio? How's my video? And I am so glad that a bunch of you guys are already in the room, man. Awesome. What up, Juan? What up, Gavin? You're up there in Scotland. Got some people in the UK. Barber Izzy. Rusty Blaze in the house. Kyle, you're in the house. Really's in the house. What's up, man? I'm trying to get that. Look at all them people, man. That's awesome, man. We got 20 people, and it's actually cool, but I was getting a little nervous that my client wasn't going to show up, but he is going to show up. He's just running like 5 minutes behind, so that actually gives me a minute to talk with you guys and say what's up and tell you guys what we're doing. So what we're doing today, what up, Jamal? Good to see you, man. What we're doing today, I'm gonna actually do this fade with these new Protege clippers, and I'm gonna use the Protege trimmers. And the thing is I just think this is a killer value for one, but for two, I actually began filming with these as a result of doing a video for these products are gonna be going, I don't know if I can talk about where they're going, but they're going into a big store soon. And anyways, they asked me to do some product shots with them. I did the product shots with them, and I started to really like them. So this is like a huge value because you can actually get both of these for a fair price. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like $120 or $150 or something like that. You can get both of them. All right. And how's my audio, you guys? Let me know if you can hear me, because usually I use a different microphone, but for today I got to be able to move around, so I'm using my wireless lav mic. So hopefully it sounds good. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to use this clipper, and I'm going to show you guys that you don't need to spend crazy money. And matter of fact, while I'm sitting here waiting, maybe I'll just adjust this real quick, because I can see I got it a little crooked when I carried it home or carried it in my bag. I'm just going to loosen this up a little bit. Bam, get that thing dialed in. So today we're going to be using the taper blade, and also I wanted to tell you guys that on Monday, I think it's at 2 p.m. if I'm correct, I'm dropping the taper blade versus fade blade video. So there we go. We got that thing dialed in straight. It's good to go. And these absolute hitters, man, they have been absolutely hitting, like for real. And I got my friend Courtney, and she's also one of my bad-ass barbers in the shop. She's right over her. Bam. Say what's up, Courtney.
What's up, guys?
So during the tutorial, man, I want you guys to feel free to ask any question you want, and she's going to be reading all the comments. She's going to be checking that out, and she's going to make sure that I'm able to literally answer every single question, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and everything like that. Let me know where everybody's from, because we're going to do a giveaway today. And what's up, Blue Barbie? Thank you for joining. What's up, Mr. George the Barber? Good to see you, man. Thank you, guys. I guess the audio is sounding good. Got Georgia in the house now. Cool, cool. So we're actually going to be filming this on a higher quality camera. I'm going to flip over to the ZV-1 for a second and show you guys. Bam, this is what we're going to be rolling with. So I feel like this quality is going to be a lot better than if I didn't. And I'm actually filming this video with one of my other cameras, and I'm going to re-upload it later with a little bit shorter format. So if you missed the announcements yesterday, I'm probably going to be transitioning my live show over to Monday, more than likely. They're saying hi, Courtney. And the other thing that's going to happen is I'm going to be deleting my lives, and I'm going to be deleting them after like 3 days, because I've been doing some research into it. Oh, we got Ivy Mack in the house. What up, man? So I've been doing some research into it, and it turns out that having these live videos that don't perform as well as my other videos, I believe it's killing my channel. But the good news is I'm going to re-upload certain portions of them, in future videos, stuff that's relevant, things like that. Oh, we got Manny in the house. Yo, Manny's been in this chair right here. Manny got his hair cut right here. He came all the way down here, and he's a good dude. What up, Chino? So, yeah, I'm going to be deleting these lives. I'm going to let people get a chance to watch them 3 days, and then they gone. And we're going to make actual uploads. Another cool thing I just got today, this is a new cordless airbrush. We're going to use this on this client today. Once I'm done, I'm going to do a little enhancement. But the thing about this is it sprays at 30 PSI, and it's pretty damn powerful. I've actually already filmed one tutorial this morning. Started at like 9 a.m., man. We did some shots of the crew too. Hey, what up, Will? So the client's here, man. So we're good to go. Let's get him started. What's good, bro? Yeah, man. Doing well. Yeah, buddy. He made it. He made it. Yeah. I was nervous because I text you. I'm like, yo, you coming? He's like, who's this? I'm like, oh, that ain't a good sign, bro. That ain't a good sign. I just woke him up. I was like, what are we going to do if he don't show up? We're going to have to do something. Oh, I'm bringing out the red gloves for you guys today. So we're going to, I got a very limited amount of these red gloves left. So I'm using them sparingly, man. Only when I film and not even always when I film. But I love these gloves. I wish I could get them. If you guys got a line on some gloves, man, you got to drop me a comment. Let me know because I can't find them nowhere, no how. So, and the funny thing was, I literally bought an airbrush from Michael's yesterday. Cost me way more than it should have, but I needed it for this video today. And then I came in on Sunday, and I would not have expected this, but that cordless airbrush came. So this is going to find a home back in Michael's, like real soon. I'm not taking a $160 hit for a cake brush. No way. So, bro, I like the boots, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm a sucker for the boots, man. I like them. So, all right, let's get these other cameras on. Let's get to rolling. And switched up my thumbnail, made a nice difference for the analytics. That's what's up, man. Ivy Mac, you know, I'm going to get around to your channel too, man. I'm definitely going to get around to all you guys who follow me. This week has been a little hectic, but I'm going to be getting around to all you guys who follow me, and I'm going to make sure that I show some love and help your channels grow a little bit best that I can. So I'm flipping over to manual focus on this camera. One shot, autofocus, bang, and we're good to go. So, all right, man, I love this guy's hair, man. Last time he was here, I was so disappointed that I didn't film it. So we're not going to make that mistake again today. So let's get it started. One of the first things we're going to do, man, we're going to comb out his hair. It actually grew a lot on top, how it was. And we're going to follow the 6 phases to get through this. And it's kind of funny because he wasn't getting a skin fade for like the longest time. We just decided to do it once. And you were like sold, bro. I was sold. I think it looks, you know, real nice. And it lasts a little longer for you, you know. So I'm just combing out the growth patterns. I want to get this hair laying right before I get into it. And, you know, obviously, I've talked about it a million times. Most of you guys already know. But if I begin this hair by trying to put in the skin line, you guys see how long this is. It'd be, like, impossible to do it right? So check out these comments, too, Courtney.
They're having a hard time connecting the sides. So
oh, yeah.
We're
going to work on that for sure. We're going to cover that. So I'm actually going to begin this safely with a 2. So that's going to be sort of my safety to make sure that I don't cut it too close. So when I get into it, all I'm going to do is I'm going to come up about midway. I'm not really worried about blending or flipping out too much. I just want to get rid of some of this bulk so I can see what's underneath so that I can put a good and accurate skin line in, and you know, we'll follow our process. I'm going to dip low and just kind of follow the shape of his scalp a little bit. And one of the reasons why people dip low in the back, or why I dip low in the back, it isn't like I just do this automatically, but it's because the crown area can stick up on you, and I don't want the crown to stick up on me. So I want to give myself a little bit of room, stretch that blend, and then I'll be able to properly get that dialed in. So just running around the back and sides with the 2, nothing complicated here. And that's what I'm talking about, man. We're going to make this feel like super, you could achieve this, you could do this. If you guys follow these steps in this order, it's going to be the easiest way you could probably get this done and come up with a really nice quality cut. Because, you know, I think at the end of the day, a lot of you guys are probably struggling for time. You know, if it takes you, you know, 2 hours and you're not filming a haircut, you know, if I film, it usually takes me a little bit longer. But generally, I'll do this haircut in like 30 minutes.
And it looks like we got cuts from the monk. And he's actually in barber school right now.
Oh, cool.
What's
his name?
Oh. Cuts from the monk.
Cuts from the muck.
Nice.
Yo, man, that's dope. I'm glad you're in barber school. I actually have some huge plans for people who are in barber school. I can't unveil them yet, but let's just say things are moving at a good clip, and we're gonna have a huge couple announcements coming for you guys pretty soon.
Hey Ed, where'd you get your apron, man?
Oh, this apron is literally one. It's literally one of one in like the whole world right now. They gave it to me, and they're gonna start selling these soon. But they gave it to me from Gamma when I filmed that video for them. So they wanted me to wear it while I was filming that last video. I got a 3 on here. I'm just gonna get some of this, like a little bit of this more out of my way. And then we're gonna handle some of that with clipper over comb here a little further into the cut. But I just wanna give myself a good amount of room and make sure that I'm gonna be able to put that skin line in nice. Because even with a 2, it still can be a little tough. Like, you wanna just make sure that you put that in accurately. So my skin lines positioning video is gonna come out pretty soon too. And when that video comes out, I think that's gonna be real helpful for a lot of people too, because we're gonna make sure that we're putting them skin lines in the right way. You guys are gonna see that I'm gonna put this in a little curvy. And one of the reasons why I'm putting it in curvy is because I wanna maintain some of his hairline in the blend. And we're gonna get a whole bunch of tips today. So let's get it started. I just got this in the closed position. I have a taper blade on here. It's gonna give me a really soft look. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to leave some of his front hairline alone. And we're gonna begin putting in this skin line.
MMA is in the building, and we got Blue's Barbie.
MMA in the house. Let's go.
She says her biggest problem too is connecting and blending, so focus on that, I guess, today, looks like.
For sure.
Got Juan in the house, Ivy in the house.
I don't really care too much about the hair that's around his ears. I'm gonna come back and get that. I'm just gonna worry more so about like my line positioning. The back, it's not gonna matter so much, but really just getting this nice curve on this guideline is gonna cause this blend to just pop so nicely, and it's gonna save you some of that hairline. So having that nice curve, you guys know I'm a big fan of just jumping straight to the other side, so that's what I'm gonna do. I could bring this camera in a little bit. It might disappear on you guys for a second, just give me a second, get this dialed in.
And Jamal Key, he says this channel has been his barber school.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Hold up, I'm gonna turn up the ISO a little bit, get you
You
guys.
don't learn everything in school, guys. I know from experience.
That's for sure. Hold up, it's gonna go black for you for a second while I just get this dialed in here. Bam. I think that's a little better. You guys can see him a little better now?
Everyone wants your aprons, okay?
I know you guys are gonna love this apron, man. I love this apron too. I can't give it up. I can't give it up just yet. But when the time comes, I'll probably do a giveaway for these aprons. Let me tell you something about this apron. I was so mad at myself because I spilled color on it the day before I was doing the shoot that I needed it for. And I was like, of course I would spill color on it, you know? It's so stupid. And then I like wiped it right off, and it came off instantly. So just following this guideline down and around. I'm looking to have about a finger width. I might be a little bit low on this side, but I'd rather be low where I could fix it than bring it up too high. And in the back, that's where we really want to ball them out nice. So we're gonna be able to have a little bit more room to work with in the back. And again, if you guys are just joining me, looks like we got a lot of people in the house now. You guys are just joining me, man. Feel free to chime in, ask a question. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, is to make sure that you guys get an opportunity to just ask questions and why am I doing what or whatever. One of the reasons why I'm putting it in with a taper blade is because I want a softer guideline for him. You guys are gonna see how easy this is to blend out for me if we set ourselves up properly. So I like the way my skin line's looking. For like video's sake, I'll make this like line look a little more perfect, but the truth is this is gonna all blend out, so none of this is gonna matter. My main concern is that I got a good shape around the ear and I'm preserving some hairline in this step.
Lisa Fades is asking, are you at the shop to do this live?
I'm at the shop to do this live. Yo, you guys can't imagine the amount of trouble I went through to do this at the shop with this live. I had to bring every piece of equipment I own. It took me a while to set it all up. And yeah, so I literally came here just for you guys. So I got this trimmer cutting super close. And now I'm going to come up close to where I ended my line with my taper blade. I'm trying to get as close as possible, but I don't want to run into that line now. I just want to get close, and I'm basically putting in a nice soft touch on it when I get up there. Like, I'm not pushing hard, nothing like that. And if you can't get these hairs around these ears safely, it's really easy to cut them, especially with the way I got this. I got this thing set up to basically cut wood. I don't really care about them hairs that are on his ear because I'll come back later with the straight razor and I'll get them. So another way I could be doing this is with my detachable. Most of the time I'll do it that way. But you know, you guys got to realize when you see people cut hair and they use a trimmer to do this, a lot of people like me, we're getting products like all the time. You know, so I'm never going to have something go dull on me. I'll have a new product before that happens most of the time. But if you're doing that trench work, I would definitely advise you to be using a detachable for this process. And if you guys want me to, I can pull it out, but it's kind of loud, so it's probably better than I'm using this. But yeah, we're just going to ball them all the way down with the trimmer. You guys can see these things are cutting close. It's not scratching the skin or anything, is it?
No.
Does it feel okay?
Juan Cordova, so you can't wait to get back to barber school. Let's see, we got
Yeah, a lot of you guys are a lot of you guys still out of school? I'm curious because I know that I know my boy Rusty Blades over there, Steve-O, he's getting back into school, but he's been on lockdown for quite a while.
Are those clippers in from Gamma, are they being sold right now? If someone was asking if they can get them.
I don't know if you can get this color, but yeah, they're being sold by Gamma. They just have a different color. Actually, Connor's got one sitting right here. This is the color that's available on their website right now, and these are dope too. He put a fade blade on here, but I'm kind of really liking having a taper blade. But if you watch the video Monday, you'll see the difference, like in a really in-depth way. But I would say if you needed one to do it all, I would probably put a fade blade on it. But if you already have a clipper with a fade blade on it, it's really nice to have that backup. You guys can see when I get up to these lines, like I know it's kind of hard for me to get across the amount of pressure I'm using, but when I get up close to these lines, like I'm really reducing my pressure. I'm really taking it easy on them. Let me get them cleaned up here in a second too. I'm gonna spray them off.
Jamal Key says, I did a drop fade the other day, but I wasn't too happy with the right side at the top as opposed to the left.
And that's always the reality of it, man. The reality of it is there's always a side that you're gonna struggle a little more. Like I might struggle a little bit more on Will's right side here. He's got a little scar here from a shark bite when he was surfing. And I made that up. he didn't really go surfing. You gotta have a good reason for a scar, right? Will you make me want to buy another pair of boots? I bought a pair of boots, and I just felt like I'm not the right person to wear them. I felt like an imposter when I was wearing them. Like, I did, dude, I did. All right, so I'm just gonna get rid of that hair because like in his case, his hair grows like really close to his ear, and I don't want to cut him with my trimmer, and I'd rather just do it real quick with this. Because I just like to be thorough. I like to just kind of handle things like and not have to go back to certain parts. But yeah, there was definitely some hairs that are really close, and I did cut them. That's okay.
That happens.
In the, it's the smallest nick ever. It's not even really showing up in video, but yeah, I got him like a tiny bit with the trimmer. So like that's what I'm saying. It's like don't even try to dig. Don't even try to fight for that. You know, it's not even worth it. So, all right, next step in the phase one. It's pretty much we're just kind of handling all our housekeeping, man. And this is the machine that I'd recommend that you use, especially in a drop fade situation where we're gonna get real close around the ear. And I just want to bald him out like at the very bottom. One thing I see with a lot of drop fades too is I see that people are kind of afraid to have some skin, like to actually take them down to skin. but you have to because you want to create that contrast.
You gotta be careful with that little thing, 'cause you know what happened to me yesterday. That thing
Yeah.
is sharp.
This thing will cut close,
Yeah,
man, and
like-
you know it's the same thing. Like just because you have a foil on here doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't be careful. I just would definitely reduce my tension when I get close to that line. The back, I'm gonna handle that with something else. You already know what's coming, but again, I'm just gonna handle everything that I need to do with this machine, and then I can set it down.
Lewis Harrison says, Gamma Alphas or Wa Seniors? Which one should I choose?
Well, like realistically, if you're more comfortable with either one, you know, but they're very similar. You just get a lot more value with Gamma. You're gonna get the USB charging. You get 4-hour runtime. It's a lighter machine, and I would tell you guys who are buying the Alphas or who are thinking about buying the Alphas to really consider the Protege. I mean, they're the same thing. They're just cheaper. They just don't come with a stand. I don't really use a stand, so it's not really something I worry about. But really, look at it. You could buy that combo. I think it's 120, 130 or something like that with the code. And if you guys get that, you're going to have the trimmer and clipper. And you're going to have good usable stuff. You see me using it now, and it's not going to give me any trouble. Hopefully. You know, the day's young.
Ronnie C. Hey Eddie, I'm just here to learn. I cut my own hair and I'm going to attempt a fade today. So it looks like this is going to be good for him.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I switched over to the Bronze Series 9 is it's much larger. It'll handle a much wider swath of hair, and I can blend really easy with this machine in the back. So I just want to use the machine that makes the most sense. But there is a downside to the Bronze Series 9, and it doesn't cut quite as close. So one of the ways that I really make my blend pop is by taking my closest cutting machine after I'm done with the Bronze Series 9. I usually take one that cuts a little closer. This Protege just eviscerates hair. And if you hear it, it's cleaning up all those hairs. And I'm trying to find those against the grain areas and just knock it all the way down. Taking it all the way out. How many people we got up in the room here? Let's slide down to the bottom of these comments. Oh, we got 70 people in here. Let's go. I'm looking here. All right, so this is pretty easy when you do it in this step, because if you think about it, the Bronze Series 9 doesn't cut quite as close. And the Protege, you can just come up right behind it and you can pop all the way down with it. And wherever you could fit it in, I'll flip it this way and only use one blade. The Uno probably cuts about the same as the Protege as far as like how close it cuts, but that's cool. All right, so phase 1 is basically complete, and we're gonna move on to phase 2. So phase 2 is gonna be clipper over comb, and we're gonna connect this. So one of the things that I'm going to do though, before I even do that, I might just comb through, see how it's laying. Now if I do this step now, I'm probably going to have to return back to it, so that's cool, but I'll get rid of some of this bulk. So I'm going to do clipper over comb and some scissor over comb, and that's going to reduce the amount of work I'm going to have to do when I get to the top to cut the top. So let's do it. So the next step here is going to be some clipper over comb. We're going to grab our clipper comb, and I got this nice bright one here that you could see his hair right through it. And I'm going to begin lifting out on like a 45-degree angle, rolling the comb towards me and cutting. Now I know this is a technique that a lot of you guys are struggling with, so I'll show you a couple different ways to do it. This is my favorite. You can actually hold it still. You don't even have to get fancy here. You could literally hold it still and just cut what sticks out. You don't want to be bullying your comb or jamming it into your comb. Like basically your comb, if you notice, my pinky here is actually doing a lot of the, my pinky here is actually doing a lot of the like anchoring. So I'm just anchoring actually on the back of his scalp with my knuckle or my pinky, and I'm cutting and I'm lifting. So that I could like hover the comb, and look at that connection I'm getting already. So if I spin him this way, and I'll move this camera in a little bit more, you guys could see. Bear with me a second. Oh, other way. Oh. All All right, so I'm already getting a pretty good connection here. And you need to know when enough is enough. Like, you don't want to overdo this step. You want to just try to remove the bulk. This is not going to be the finely detailing step. And in the crown, I'm not really going to have to cut that much. This is another little part of the technique. You can hold it up just like it's a clipper blade. You can also hold it vertically. I'll just show you what that looks like. You just hold it out. But I don't do this ever. I could do without that. More often than not, I'm holding it diagonally. So this side, if I put them in this position, I think you guys can see, you know, there's a lot of bulk sticking out here. So I'm just looking for that bulk, and I'm 86ing it. Part of why I used that number 2 and that number 3 was because this comb, if I push it really hard up against his head, right now, I could cut practically everything that sticks out and it's still going to be a number 2. So that's one of the main reasons why I pre-cut with that blade. Right here, you're always going to be able to pretty much remove all this hair. So I'll just hold this flat. I'll just cut that out. Bam. Any questions, Courtney?
Actually, Mikey said that self-taught barber, been cutting his own hair and friends' hair for 25 years. These pro tips are amazing.
Thanks, man.
Man, you should go
I
to school.
appreciate that.
What are you
Yeah.
waiting for? Let's see, what
Well,
we
you
got?
know, he made it 25 years
No
without
kidding,
it.
right? Earl, Green Ridge, Jamal, don't give up. There you go.
That's what I'm
Alright,
talking
let's
about.
see. Yeah, people are saying the same thing.
All right, you guys. So these 2 steps are done. These 2 steps are done. And the next step, I'm going to steal a water spray bottle. Got this Jack Daniels bottle. But there's no liquor in it. And we're going to...
Hey, Earl, you said I always wanted to cut hair. Been my passion for like 20 years. Never too late to start. Passion
No,
pays,
for
man,
real,
right,
man.
Eddie?
For real, man. That's the truth right there. Like, you know, take that step, make that. It's not impossible to do, man. All you really got to do is just contact the school and go sit down and have a chat with them. All right, we're gonna break down the top of the cut. Make sure that you got them thoroughly wet before you do that. And I'm gonna grab my shears. I know we got probably some people who might be newer here. So in your shear, your ring finger, your dominant hand, 2 fingers here, and we're gonna be cutting and then palming. So cutting, then palming. All right, so let me see here if I...
MMA says don't buy the Uno. The other guy's like, I think I'm gonna get the Uno. Dude, I love the Uno. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Everybody in the shop loves the Uno. Like I would...
MMA's a hater. But we love haters. There's always one.
No, he's cool.
I know, he is
He's
cool. I
cool.
know MMA.
He just, you know, but I'll tell you what, like if I would tell you like what my favorite tool of the year really was this year, it's definitely the Uno. Like that's just been awesome. Do you absolutely need it? No, we cut hair for years without it, but does it make it a little easier? Heck yeah. So, all right, let's break this down real quick. Basically what I just did, I need to adjust the camera that I'm actually filming on. What I just did was I just sectioned out the front of his hair. This is a pretty good key here. So I section out the front of his hair. He doesn't wear his hair forward. We actually are going to blow dry it back in a minute. But just in case your client does wear their hair forward, one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to address this area. I'm going to point cut it a little bit. Tell me you guys are point cutting and cutting yourself sometimes, because I'm going to give you some tips about how to avoid doing that a little bit better. I seen Courtney's antenna go up. All right, so I cut the front of his hair. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything funky going on. And now we're actually going to begin cutting the top. But we're going to leave that front section alone. I'm going to show you how to handle that in a second. So we're going to begin super simple, man. A lot of people really overcomplicate this, and I'm not going to. I see right where his curl is starting to kind of go, and that's right where I want it to be. Like so, right where the curls are starting to take over, I want it to be able to stand up and lay back a little bit. And I'm not going to try to interfere with the crown too much, because it's actually laying pretty good, so I'm going to leave that be. So right about here, I'm going to determine how much I'm going to take off. Notice that I'm not point cutting. Let me ask you guys something. Why would you point cut a guideline? You trying to make it harder to follow? So now that I've just established my Mohawk guideline, this is going to get super simple for you. Maybe if I spin them forward, it's probably the best way. So I'm going to lift up the guideline here. I can see right where my guide is, and I'm going to cut just off to the edge. I'm going to work in little like vertical sections. Don't really care too much to go off the edge. Now here's the secret to point cutting without cutting yourself. Don't open the shears too much. Keep it right inside of your fingers, and don't open the shears too much. There's really no great reason to point cut his hair because it's curly. It's going to do what it wants. But it will add a little bit of softness to the cut, so that's not going to hurt. So I'm just following that section back, and I'm going to jump to the right side of the guide. So there's my guide, and that's what I cut. Again, not opening my shears too much. Like I'm kind of pretty much just laying that back shear, because when you move your shear, right, that back shear is staying still. The back shear is staying still, right, if you're doing it right. If you're chomping, chomp, chomp, you know, you're not going to have much control. So when I move that shear, that back piece stays still. That's going to save you from cutting yourself. Now, there's a way to do deeper point cutting, and I'll show you it in a second. We're going to use that for checking our vertical sections. So basically, I just handled 3 sections. So the entire top portion of his hair is cut. Now I'm going to work off to either side. Doesn't really matter. Guide's over here, and I'm just going to cut till I reach the guide. And I'm following the shape of his scalp. I'm not really squaring this one out. I'm going to actually adjust this with some shear over comb in a second. And I'm going to dial in these sides. So that's pretty much about as far as I need to go off the side. I can cut this section, and I will for your guys' sake, but I almost never touch this section because I'm about to handle it with shear over comb. So this would be something I would save time with in the shop. So let's go over to this side.
Crystal R. really appreciates your videos. They have been really helpful since she's waiting to afford to go to school.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
Keep watching Eddie.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys have been just super cool. Like over the years, I have heard so many nice comments over the years about like, you know, people just learning a lot from my videos, and you know, I really appreciate it, man. It's been, you know, it's been what kept me going in them times where I felt like quitting, where I felt like I just wasn't getting the views or, you know, whatever. When I wasn't making any money, when I didn't have any sponsors, like it was stuff like that that made me want to keep going.
Rusty blade barber. I love Eddie's scissor hands.
Yeah, right? All right, so before I do the shear over comb, I'm going to tip him this way, and I'm going to show you how we handle this front section. So if you guys can think about this, I've already cut the front, and I've already cut the rest. So I need to blend these front layers into the interior to the exterior. So I'm going to comb this back now, and I'm going to do that. By combing this back, you're going to see I got some long hairs in there. And the best way for me to stand, probably tip them this way a little bit. And I'm going to begin picking up these vertical sections. I have my guide back here. You guys can see my guide. I have a little bit of hair to cut. And that's all I'm going to do. So once I get to the front of this guide, all I'm doing is I'm connecting. Do not cut this hair again. You've already done that. So I'm going to just cut the interior and blend it into the exterior. If you've done this right, there shouldn't be a crazy amount to cut unless your client wears like those long bangs and he's got that like forsaken look about him. Like, yeah, that's when you're going to actually pivot and you're going to over direct a little bit, and you're going to just blend it in that way. So if his bangs were this long, all I would be doing is trying to blend that into my top by directing the comb up. So now that I've gotten everything blended in the way that I want it, we're definitely going to have to dry this to check it, because there's no way to really check your haircut on top if it's wet. So I'm going to check with some vertical sectioning real quick. And this is when I'm going to actually add my texture. I'm going to hold the hair a lot deeper. And I'm going to fix any little errors or mistakes now. I want this to be, you know, I don't want it to be super perfect. And it is kind of perfect. I'm not finding that many mistakes. But that comes with being thorough. So this is just a really simple way to cut the top, man, because you're working essentially with 2 guidelines. One is a traveling guideline. I hold it up and I'm moving back with it, right? If I held all this hair up, I see a lot of people cut like this, but they didn't establish a mohawk guideline. Now the mohawk guideline is a stationary guideline, and I'm just taking it off each side. So, boom, boom. Now, I'm going to switch over to a longer pair of shears, because now I want to finish my connection on the sides. And when I comb this down, I'm going to see exactly what's not perfect. So I'm going to spray this and comb this down a little bit. And you can already see, like, the right side of his hair, it lays a lot different than the left side of his hair. So could be the way he sleeps on it, whatever. But we're just going to try to fine tune that in a little bit. And I'm rolling the comb out towards me, trying to keep that back blade still. Even though when I do shear over comb, a lot of times I tend to do that too. Now the thing about doing shear over comb, you're only cutting the hair at the bottom of the shear. All right, so when you hold it at the bottom of the shear, that's what gets it out to 90 degrees. So, you know, that's where you're actually cutting. So if I hold a whole bunch of hair, it doesn't matter that some of that hair is in there. The only hair that I'm really worried about, holding these parallel with each other, rolling the comb out towards me, and trying to get that blend, you know, as seamless as possible.
Hey, I got a couple shout outs here. We got Buffalo the Barber. He says, you're a staple in the YouTube barber community.
Hey, what up, Below the Barber?
And the other cool one was that Earl Greenridge, we were talking about him earlier. He said that Chris Bazio was giving you props the other day and recognized you in his video.
Yeah, that was super cool.
That's so cool, man. Love that.
Yeah, that was super cool, man. And, you know, I got a lot of love for those guys too, man. Those guys are all super talented. Did you guys get a chance to check out the latest Barber Versus? What'd you guys think? Just curious. I think it's kind of a cool concept. A lot of people are really enjoying it. I think it brings a lot of recognition to what we're trying to do, and we're trying to be like these ultra perfectionists and stuff. You know, it's kind of funny because hair is an art and it's sort of imperfect. You know, there's people who see it completely different. Like if you watch MC Barber and those guys from, you know, the UK, you know, they do their blends different. They do certain things completely different. We obsess over, you know, every little detail. It's all gotta be perfect. We're spraying people up, you know. All right, you guys. I have to use this loud blow dryer for a second. I'm sorry, but it's got a lot of power, and it'll only take a minute, hopefully.
Hey, Eddie, Gavin said, can I ask you why you rounded off the corners instead of keeping them square?
Yeah, because I wasn't trying to square this one out. Like the way that I want this to lay, I want it to be sort of round. And you guys are going to see this in the style. It's going to start to lift up a little bit on me. So you guys are going to see this when I get the style going. So I'm going to quickly, I'll just explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this blow dryer as hot as I can make it. And I want his hair as dry as I can get it. And then I'm going to hit the cool button. I'm going to lay it into place. Oh, what'd he say? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, I'm just messing with you because you mess with me all the time.
I'm hitting that cool button, and you guys can see that I'm setting that into place. You can see how nicely that's laying. Like, this is what I want to see before I finish my blend. Like, if I would have done my blend before I did these steps, it would have been a mistake. So 100% hot, as hot as you can take it. I'm blow drying Courtney's hair too. I want you guys to see the way that's making this lay. Oh yeah, so she doesn't have that much time to.
She wants to know is there a faster way to do fade with good quality? Is there a faster way to do fades with good quality?
Yeah, there is. I think that there's definitely, you know, some things that you can do to speed up. Actually, I made a video about that, but we're going for perfection because I know you guys are going to eat me alive in the comment section. But, you know, the thing is most barbers are not going to show you regular people's haircuts. You know, they're going to try to show you their very best. So when you look on YouTube, you're going to see like some strategies that are kind of overcomplicated. But I generally do this haircut in like 30 minutes. Okay, now that it's dry, I can really see right where some of this hair is not laying perfectly. And this is when I can get into that beef with the crown. And I'm just going to comb it down and reset. You see how fast that was? I just fixed that in like 1 second. So we're just going to lift it up against the grain and just blend that in. So now I would say that my top is connected quite well to the sides, and this is an excellent time to begin the blend. So I'm going to try to keep him in like a semi-good stationary position. Get my camera that I'm actually filming the video on set, and let's get started. And let's fix this camera too.
Yeah.
Boom.
Get it for you. Got it.
Okay, that's good. So now this guideline is about equally as important as the next one, but this is the last one that's super important. So I'm just going to try to keep it the same shape. I want that same curve. I want everything the same, and we're gonna make it happen. Yeah, let's hit them likes up, man. We got
guys, let's
70
get it.
of you
Thumbs
guys
up.
in the house.
Thumbs
Let's
up.
make it happen. All right, so I'm just gonna, with the open position, clippers in the open position, and I'm going to begin knocking out this blend. Now, I've literally set myself up in every way that I could to make this easy for myself. So you guys are going to see that this blend is just going to come together, because basically the system that I'm trying to teach you guys, the 6 phases, is basically teaching you your start point is here and your end point is here. Now we know how much space we have to try to get it done. Don't even worry about it, it's cool. I can get it all from this one. So we got our start point, we got our end point, got a little more room in the back, but we're just trying to keep that second guideline pretty consistent. Sorry, maybe it's because I'm standing in the way.
Okay, got it.
Now, if you don't give yourself enough room in this step, it might be a little hard to get it done, but it's not the end of the world, because you can always come back to this step a little bit. But as you guys can see, like, I like to be pretty thorough. Like, I like to kind of just handle each step as I go, and then that way I don't really have to return to it. So right now, I know that we got a little bit of weight here. I'm going to leave it alone. Because of the type of cut this is, I'm going to jump to a number 1. And I basically want to set myself up so that when I come back to do that last step, when I hit that open taper, close taper step, I got everything, you know, done and addressed perfectly. So, all right, I got the number 1 in the open position. And now's when you're going to start seeing this blend really come together. Between the 1 and the 1.5, I'm really going to finish off my connection to the top. It is pretty dang cold in here, Courtney.
I'm freezing.
I feel myself kind of wanting to shiver. And this is because we have the air conditioner cranked.
Who does this in here? I'm going to beat their ass.
I'll work my steps all the way around the head. That's just the way I like to do things. I like to make sure that I'm doing the same thing on both sides of the head. I'm pushing like a little bit of pressure in this step too, because I want to make sure that I'm getting this hair down to the length. Because if you're not holding your guards flat and you're not actually getting their value, you're not actually getting the length out of them that you need to get, and it's going to be really hard for you to do your blend. So right here in this step, while I have the when I have the one on, I'm going to begin closing it, and I'm going to begin working that down a little bit. So I'm going to begin just closing it about like 2 clicks, 1 click. I'm going to go up just a little bit under where I was, see what effect that has on my blend. And begin closing it a little bit more so I get it entirely closed. And I got it all the way closed. And I'm just using the corners, trying to get those little spots worked out. Now I know I have a 0. I know I have a couple other steps I can run through to get this, but you guys can already see that this blend's going to start coming together in this step. Same thing on this side. I'm going to open it up about halfway.
And what clipper are you using? Everybody's asking. Are you using?
This is the Gamma Protege, and these are the Dugs. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I use now. I love them. They really just simplify everything, you know. Having the 0 guard again is kind of cool. It's sort of like having the Andis Double magnetics again, but like in an appropriate way that they actually fit this clipper good. So I don't really know where I'm at in the back, so I'm going to open that again. Just to double check, and then I'll begin closing it 1 or 2 clicks at a time. And just make sure that I've used this guard for all it's worth. Now I'm going to skip another step, and I'm going to go to the 1.5 so that I could just finish off my connection to the top. Like, as you guys can see in this type of cut, I'm really obsessing about my connection to the top. I really want it to be perfect because I know for a fact I can come down there and I can take that out. But I just really want my transition to be super, super seamless. And having already cut the top, done clipper over comb, done shear over comb, done everything I could do to make this step easier, beginning with it open, closing it down a little bit. Will's probably sitting here like, I don't even know all this went into the cut. I didn't even know this was complicated like that. Flip that switch down. That's the air compressor. We don't need that on right now. Yeah. So again, I got it open. And begin closing it.
People can't wait for the Dugs. They think the black ones are nicer than the chrome ones.
I like the black ones way more than the chrome ones. The chrome ones are cool. I mean, they're the same thing. They'll get you the same thing, but the chrome ones, like, because they're painted chrome, they kind of chip. And I just didn't like the way they looked on like video after they chipped. All right, so now I'm really, really happy with how that's all looking. So now I'm gonna get down to the last few steps here. I'm gonna go to my 0 guard. I'm gonna hit my 0 guard open. Open and close.
0 guard, half guard? Oh, that's what they call it on the Gamma.
That's a good point. This is a 0 guard, but if you guys are using something else, this would be your half guard. It's just a 1/16. And I'm gonna hit it open and closed. And the cool thing about like the way that this is all coming together is, you know, I really don't have a whole lot of work to do left, do I? You know, I'm gonna come and I'm just gonna buff out this line, but I really set myself up in such a way that it's just gonna be super simple, and you know, just working my way down and making sure that I'm getting the most perfect blend I can get. Got 70 people in here. We better get 70 likes before I give away something. You know I'm a giving man. You know, I was actually thinking about how many giveaways we've done on the channel. I don't know if it's safe to say this or not, but maybe I've given away more than any other YouTuber.
Yeah.
I mean, we did a giveaway once a week for how long? For a lot of live shows. So I'm gonna fight in this scar area a little bit. I can already see. Just gotta do the best you can.
MMA. I'm over here eating pancakes.
Yo, I wish I had some pancakes.
Right?
I'm over here trying to avoid eating pancakes. when I hurt my neck and I was on them steroids, I had this insatiable appetite.
How much pressure do you put on the zero guard, Eddie?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, I'm varying my degrees of pressure based on what I feel like I need. So like, if I'm not getting the result I want, like I'm kind of going after this dark spot right here, and if I'm not getting it, rather than closing the guard, sometimes I'll just push a little harder, and I'm only using the corner. This is the time in your haircut that you've really set yourself up well. Everything's going good, and you don't want to get greedy here, and you don't want to make a mistake. So I'm trying to use every avenue I have before I take this too high and potentially make a mistake. So now I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I really can see that this is going to come out real nice, and we're gonna pop this clipper guard off now, and we're gonna do open again. And now I know exactly how high I can go, because like whatever I couldn't take out with the zero open, zero close, well, this is the very next step down. So I know exactly where I can go. So I'm going to begin closing this about 2 clicks, and I'm just going to run over the original line. We got someone calling the phone. So just 2 clicks is all I did. I love the clicks. Even though I'm like I'm comfortable with pretty much any clipper, I just like having the clicks because they really facilitate exactly what I'm doing.
Get those thumbs up, people. Almost there. Keep going.
Hell yeah, thank you guys so much for all these thumbs up.
47 thumbs up so far.
Let's
That's
go.
awesome. Let's go, man.
That's great.
And ladies.
That's great. All right, so I just closed it all the way down, and I'm looking at my other camera. My other camera is a little more accurate than the camera you guys are seeing, and a lot of times when I'm filming, I could see mistakes that I otherwise can't see with my eyes. So it's easier for me to kind of hop back and forth with my lever and kind of determine what I got to do. My co-host is dipped out. He said I can't cook more than pancakes, so I'm just doing what I can do. I feel you, dude. I'm terrible at cooking too. But my mother-in-law, on the other hand, whoo, she throws it down. All right, we're in focus here. What do you guys think? You guys see the blend coming together pretty good? You liking the cut? I love his hair. I love the way it fades. I would imagine this probably be a pretty challenging cut for a lot of people, and that's why I wanted to show you guys like live exactly how I do it. Fading his white boy hair, boy, it ain't no joke. Every little mistake you make, the white boy hair is gonna show you. It's so straight, and if I take this up too high or anything happens, it's just so easy to make a mistake. That's why I'm being so careful. Especially like right in here.
Jared says, never thought of using an extra camera to spot any unblended spots. That's genius.
Yeah, actually, you know what really helps is I got a monitor. I'll show you guys. If I spin you this way, I actually have a monitor. Well, it ain't that great. I got this super zoomed in. That was probably the dumbest idea I've had in a while. But
That's
all right,
okay.
I just caused it to go black for a second. All right, we're
There
good.
we go. Whoop.
Yeah, it's gonna jump back and forth, but
Okay.
yeah, it'll come back. Sorry, guys. But yeah, having that monitor like right up here and filming all the time, it just makes life so much easier.
Okay, got you back on there.
Yeah, we're good. All right. I love
Looking really nice, he says.
I love the way.
Senior.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I love the way just being able to see those like little imperfections with the camera. I use my cell phone all the time that way too, though. Like I'll pull my cell phone out, and I'll just check it, and the cell phone really tells me exactly what my other camera's seeing. So, I love it. So pretty soon, we're gonna be able to just dial in that little edge up. I'm gonna enhance his edge just slightly, and we're gonna, you know, perfect the cut. Tip you down a little bit. So again, beginning with it open, that's the thing I'll always do, and I'll always just kind of try to see what effect that has. And you know, it doesn't hurt me to just take that little extra step of caution, because I really want to keep this blend right where it is. I don't want it to have to go too much higher. Sure, we can fix mistakes, you know, but it's just nice when you just are thorough.
All right, 54 likes. Keep going, guys.
Let's go. As soon as we get to,
We had a hater in the house? What the heck?
we always get a hater in the
There's
house.
always one.
It's cool.
That's cool.
But sometimes people click thumb down on accident, and like a minute
it
later
was-
they,
yeah, there you go.
yeah, they do that. They do that.
Good fix, whoever did that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I really don't know if the algorithm cares if you do thumb up or thumb down. Like, I wonder about that. Like, it's still engagement.
Looks like they're all having fun chit-chatting back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've done a lot of haircuts with this machine without plugging it in too. It's actually like kind of crazy the amount of battery you get. All right, I just put my half guard back on because now I'm just really meeting these two lengths. And I'm just trying to get rid of any little darkness that I see. You're always gonna have this little area above the ears. It gives you a little crap, so you gotta fight with it a little more. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's exactly what I was hoping to see, and that's with a taper blade too. You know, that's with a taper blade. No fade blade even needed yet on this cut, if I need one at all. At this point, just the way that I approach my steps kind of saved me from needing it. So let's get this connected.
So DG says, what if there's very little surface and your blend seems to be bunched up and you don't want to go too high? What do you do in that case?
So I think what she's asking is, like, if you don't have a lot of room to get the blend done, she's talking about like a compressed blend versus stretching that blend out. And that really goes all back to how you set yourself up in the beginning in those first few steps. Like when I did the open taper step, if I needed more room, I could have stretched that, you know. And you just have to kind of have some forethought in the beginning. But like if I decided that I wanted this blend to stretch a little bit more, it'd be pretty simple. I could take a number 1 and I could stretch it. But it can be really challenging to do these compressed fades. I mean, that's why you've seen them guys on the Barber Live where they were really struggling to make it look perfect. I mean, you know, the head's a round shape. It's not perfect to begin with, and it's just so easy to see little imperfections. They're always going to be there, you know. But yeah, if I wanted to stretch this blend, I could just take like a number 1.5, and I could just cut some more of this. But God, the thought, perish the thought. I would hate to to do something like that. I want this to look as icy as I can get it.
Love the blending style. Blending down keeps me from pushing up my line. It's Mr. George the Barber.
Thank you, man. Yeah, this is like a little combination. I mean, it's mostly down blending, but I think this is sort of like a little combination of using, you know, a little bit of everything. I just think it's super important that you guys know, you know, where your next step is. You know, the very step that you're on, what's below it and what's above it. And that's really going to help you eliminate any problems. You know, like when you're not sure which steps, you know, and maybe you skip a couple steps, then you're going to get yourself in trouble. But if you know what your step is just above that, like this open taper step that I'm using, right? Well, the next step above this directly is going to be me putting my 0 guard on, or my half guard on, in the closed position. You know, and the step below this, if I close this clipper, is going to be my trimmer. So as long as I understand those two, you know, if this doesn't come out, then I'll be back with my trimmer. If my trimmer don't get it out, I'll be back with my electric shaver. But one of them is going to get it out. Now that's looking how I want it to look.
MMA says use an eraser to remove the bottom line. Works every time.
Yeah, just take an eraser out. A can of, you know, line away. You think if I sold that like as a product, people would buy it?
Oh.
Like, oh man, I just spray this on my lines and it's gone, you know? Have you guys noticed, like, I haven't had to do a whole lot of jumping around. I haven't had to do like a whole lot of crazy amount of detailing or anything like that. Like, I was able to kind of just take my steps in the order that I chose, finish them thoroughly before I moved on. So let's get this edge dialed in, and he's almost there. So I'm gonna show you. I'm not trying to flip you off. No, we're not open. It's Sunday, people. You know, we're in church and stuff.
Uptown Barbershop, this is Courtney. I can help you.
All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to begin moving, and I'm going to anchor on his cheek so that I can twist this trimmer. And I don't want to really cut into his hairline. Like, he's got a nice hairline. There's no real big issues here. I like the way it looks. So also on the finer side of my teeth, I can lift this up and I can cut some of these hairs that are sticking out that are taken away from that nice looking edge. But I don't need to get into it with his hairline too much here. Someone outside seeing you getting special treatment. They're like, well, I see him in there. I see him in there doing something. What's he doing? Look like he's cutting hair to me. Now remember when I put that curved guideline in? This is what I was talking about. I look at all that nice edge I was able to preserve and how that made it look. You know, that was the whole plan from the beginning.
Clean.
Bam.
Giving you all kinds of shouts out to hashtag Eddie's Army.
Yeah, hashtag Eddie's Army with your work and your progress. And I'm going to get around to it, man, and I'm going to start featuring you guys in some of my normal uploads.
Out of curiosity, this is from Melvin Alexander. Does Eddie ever experience heel pain after sanding into place during the day of cutting? Does he have a mat under his chair? He sure does have a
do.
mat. Yeah.
And I don't know if there's anything you can do to avoid like some of the aches and pains that are going to come your way from standing in the same place for a long time, but the mat certainly helps a lot.
They
And
have good shoes too.
you know, I think you got to find the shoes that are right for your foot too. You know, like I can't tell you how many different pairs of shoes I went through before I found Air Force Ones are the best for me personally. If I wear any other shoe, I usually always regret it. So this is a perfect time to find my neck duster. You guys can't imagine how much stuff I actually have on my station right now. It's ridiculous. So I want to make sure that I just get them cleaned off good before I do the razor. And I know a lot of you old hands out there know this little thing here, but I always put this on the back of my hand, just a little dot. And then that way, like if it turns out I need more, I don't have to go back to my station to get it. I can just put it on his skin, work it right from there. So that's nice. I envision a little pomade in my future for this man. I think a little pomade and you know, just getting it a little dialed in on top, little hairspray. Boy, that'd look nice. I like to I'll just take this right against the grain because I'm not really cutting his hairline. If I was cutting into his hairline, you know, I'd come down with it first, but I'm just sort of touching the edges here in this case, you know. The less hairline you take, I mean, really when his hair goes back, it's just going to reflect better on you because if in 2 days, you know, you cut deep into his hairline and it grows back, I mean, it just makes your cut look worse. So I'm always just really cautious about like how much hairline I can take or what I can get away with, you know. I don't want to take any if I can avoid it, but that's why we left all that nice long hair there. That's looking sharp. So now after I run the razor, a lot of times you'll see like a couple hairs stick out. And it's funny, me and Connor were talking about this yesterday. Like, I love this damn trimmer so much that my Gold FX is a great trimmer, but it's getting old and it's getting beat up, and I think the blades are starting to go dull. And I was thinking to myself, like, would I really want to buy another one for the amount of money that I'd pay versus what I would actually get if I already have this? And my answer is no. For what? Like a 4% upgrade in performance?
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Not to mention, I mean, it is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Here. And I like the lightness of that.
The hands,
yeah.
you know, too. It
just flows better.
A little lighter, a little bigger. Here's another one, you know, this is nicer. Plus, like, I cannot overstate how much I like the USB charging. You know, like I just plug it right into a micro USB. A lot of times I bring these home and I don't feel like gathering up chargers and everything. I just bring them home, and you know, I already know I got something to do it. All right, so these are like my final steps. Like this is a perfect time to return to some clipper over comb if you want to, because like now I just want to kind of like look at the silhouette of him, and I just want this to be like as perfect as possible. So I'm just going to, if I make any changes here, they're just going to be fairly minor, but I'm just kind of going to give them like the once over, and this is like phase 6. And in phase 6, like you wouldn't write a book and just publish it. Like you would send it to an editor, right? And you would do a thorough review, and they would fix it. So, you know, this is kind of like what I'm doing. Now I'm just looking for, you know, anything that's not flowing, that's not doing what I want it to do. And if it gives me any trouble, it's gone. So like right here, I just feel like this hair is sticking out a little bit. No great reason for it. I just try to line this, get this in a little bit more in a nice, like, careful way. What's that?
That was it. That was it. You really didn't have to do much. It was just that one little corner.
Yeah, it was bothering me, that one little corner.
Yeah, and
yeah.
you just took it right out.
Exactly. So that's what I was looking for. Now I want to show you guys my my cordless compressor, man. This thing's kind of, the only thing I don't like about it is this is enormous. Like this is way too much color.
They can't see it.
Oh, you see it now? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is my cordless compressor. You turn it on at the bottom. Actually, it's got a micro USB charging port, which is sweet, and it's actually got all kinds of power.
Just don't spray me with it.
I'm not gonna spray you with it. I'm
Don't
looking
need
for
any
my
color.
Tomb 45.
Here, that?
Well, yeah, I need that too.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for the color itself. Where the heck
the
did
color.
where did I set it?
Here?
I got one that was open. Yeah, no.
No.
I had one that was open. It was sitting around here. Just finished it on. I probably just set it somewhere
Oh, this
stupid.
one?
Yes. No.
No.
This is it probably.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully if it's open. What color is this? Oh no, this is Onyx Black now. This is not the one I need. I gotta find it, guys. Hold up. These are them live camera moments. It's on this station somewhere. It always is.
I don't see it.
Except I don't see it either.
I'm so cold.
She's freezing. You know what? I probably put it in one of these drawers.
I don't see it.
There's a little ball inside of these things, man. It just makes it super easy to mix up too.
Shake it. Shake it.
All right, let's just
I don't see it.
we'll just open this new one. All right, so this one is the black brown. Like the black brown is the one that matches, like, you know, a lot of people with lighter skin. And let's see if this is open. No, just open that up for me real quick. There's a little tab in it. But this is a lot better than the cake mixer one, that's for sure. So this is the Sean Cuts Hair color card. Really been making life easy for me. A little bit too easy for me. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it in there, and I'll probably just do a little bit right here too. And we'll make them perfect, might as well. Another little tip I'd say before you do this, like if your client's skin is wet, or if you still have any of your shaving cream on it or anything like that, go ahead and clean that off. And I'll take some of my alcohol, or I'll take some of my aftershave, and I'll just get all the oil off their skin before I do this. But All right, where you guys at? All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit in there. Boom. That's probably more than enough. And put this cap on. That was my complaint about the other one, is it didn't even have a cap. So I'm gonna take like a test spray and just see what it's doing. Seems like it's good. It's not blotching. And we'll just hit him a little bit. Kind of trying to keep the gun like a little bit away from him. I'm like, I like the way this looks, but I don't want to overdo it either. This is the move right here that I like with the color card. Like, this is an area that's just kind of hard to get, and I just like that. He's got his little scar there, so I'm gonna just hit that a little bit. Wow. I did nothing.
It didn't do much.
No, it didn't do much. All right, so same thing over here.
That long anyway, though.
Same thing right here. Just try to focus on the top. And then the other thing you gotta be careful about is, like, if you've been spraying this side, like, don't put this side on his skin, because it'll cause it to. Yeah, I like that.
Is this the first time you're mentioning this, Eddie? Because people are asking about it.
No, I just think there's a lot of questions about it, you know, like, I don't really see any reason to put it anywhere else. I mean, I think that just kind of gives it like a little bit extra. I think it looks kind of nice. It'll make my picture stand out a little bit. I'm not trying to get beamed on you guys, because, you know, get beamed would have them, you know, you did such a nice job with that stuff. It's just such an art form. Like, it isn't easy. Like, a lot of people think, like, oh, it's just put some spray on it, it'll be easy. Like, no, it ain't that easy. Like, if you really get into doing this, it's pretty challenging to do it so that it looks nice, you know.
E-Money Fade says, "Hey Eddie, what's up?"
What's up, E-Money?
What's it gonna take for this lady to tell Eddie I said what's up?
No.
I must have missed it.
You
I
must
don't know.
have.
Sorry, man. I'm doing the best I can.
So, all right, you guys, I'm just going to throw a little pomade, as they say in the UK, or pomade in here. Let's back this out a little bit. Blah. Hey, I'm back. Oh, man, we are like overexposed like crazy when I came back out. Let me fix that. Of course, it gets some on my camera, right? Can't move the camera. Oh, making it worse. Go back. There we go. That's a little better. There you go. All right, so this pomade is like real light hold. It's just gonna hold his hair in position, stop some of them frizzy ones. Even though curly hair, you know, some curly hair like his is just great. It doesn't have those like real frizzy ones that stick out or cause too many problems. But and then like a light hold hairspray is kind of how I like to finish these ones up.
Hats off, everybody loves your cut.
If I can find it. Where's my
Where
hairspray? Oh, that's probably where my other one went.
Here, you can have mine.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll just finish this up with like a little bit of hairspray, just to get any of these flyaways to lay down. This ain't nothing too special. This is Tresemme.
Yeah.
I kind of like a light hold when I do it. Little aerosol action, and boom. So I did film this whole cut. I will be uploading this in a much faster, more concise way, so that you guys can check it out. But that's the cut right there. So hopefully you guys like it. And I think it's time for a giveaway, Courtney.
All right, let's do it, man.
I think it's time for a
What
giveaway.
are we going to give away? What's your plan?
I don't know. I think we should give away, being that we did the cut with the Protege,
Yeah?
I think we should give away a Protege.
What do you guys think about that? You guys want us to give away a Protege here?
You guys let me
What
know.
do you think? Let me hear what you got to say about this.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to do his eyebrows real quick. I'll show you a super easy way to do his eyebrows, too. Would it be funny if I cut an eyebrow off right now?
Oh, my God.
No, it wouldn't be funny.
No,
I did all
not
this.
like that.
It's so perfect, and I slip and cut an eyebrow off. All right, so what I do for most eyebrows is I'll just take the clipper, put it in the open position. If you have someone with, you know, really blonde eyebrows, I wouldn't do this. I would definitely use trimmer over comb. But anybody with any darker eyebrows, you could usually get away with this. I start with it open and see what that does, and towards the end of the arch, I always close it. This is just get rid of any of those long ones that are sticking out.
Eddie, what guard is that?
Number 1.
That's a number 1 guard, guys. Everyone's like, that is blurry. Sweet, Eddie. Sweet.
Thank you.
Loving
Thank you.
it.
I try to get a nice thumbnail. Hopefully,
How old are you, Courtney?
get some clicks. They're wondering about. They're interested in you.
Oh, you're gonna have to figure that out. I don't know.
How you gonna ask someone how old they are?
Yeah.
They're wondering. Like, hey, shorty,
You got a young spirit.
how old are you?
You're gonna have to guess that MMA.
Oh, it was MMA who
Yeah,
asked?
yeah.
That's because he's mad. He getting old. Oh, hold up. I gotta.
Sick haircut. JR45 says.
Thanks. All right, so the last step, I gotta get me a nice little thumbnail picture, right? So let's do it.
Do it.
Boom. And this light,
Fire.
this light makes it just look so
Girl
nice.
says, let's go. Rave those thumbs up, guys. We got 68. We can still get some more in there. Come on.
I take all kind of photos too, man, because you just never know which one's gonna be the one that you ultimately are like, yeah, I could post that. I like that. Bam. Yeah, I got these ones, man. This is. All right, so I'll check it out. Oh, you can't see it on the phone, but it looks good. It looks good. We're gonna let my man Will get out of here. We've held you up for the whole day. He's like, I had stuff to do today, man.
MMA. Look into the camera and smile, and I'll tell you how old you are. He's crazy, this guy.
Oh yeah,
See if
he's
I
like
can
one of them circus guys that could tell you. Guess
see. Can you tell?
guess Courtney's
What do you
age.
think? How old do you think I am?
All
There you go. Listen, the younger the better, people, okay? Don't give me no high numbers here. 100% co-host to love. Oh, thanks.
They like the co-host. I'm actually gonna hit him with a little aftershave here. This stuff is for sensitive skin, real good. Usually keep it right here. Oh, that's where my other ones went. But actually, this is like a really expensive aftershave, believe it or not. And it's just really nice on the skin. It'll get his skin feeling good like right away if there's any irritation. And there almost always is a little irritation when you cut them all the way down the skin. I mean, almost always.
Earl says we need those links for those aprons, boss man.
Yo,
They're not
believe
out
me,
yet, man.
I can't wait. You know, I can't wait till these aprons are available for everybody.
Oh, they're guessing my age now. Oh, shit.
I appreciate you.
All
dude.
right, I'll
You're
put
good,
it in,
bro.
guys.
We'll finish up the show. My man.
Thank
Good,
you.
bro.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, you don't know me nothing, bro. You're good.
Yeah, you get to just ride out.
You're good, bro.
Take
Fine.
care, man.
That's what I've been doing. Like
See you
if
next time.
somebody comes in on a Sunday, man, and I wait, you know, I take so much time to do a cut, man. I've been doing
You're
my
welcome
best
to
to,
hang out. Yeah.
you know, I'm just like try to tell them it's free, you know. All right, so we're back in the house, and now I'm actually sitting down. It feels nice. I haven't sat down all day, but let's pick somebody to give away. So this giveaway, unfortunately, it has to go to the USA this time. Like I said, until we strengthen our UK connections, man, it's been such a nightmare to send stuff to the UK. So I'm sorry. So shout out where you from, and
You're asking about the cameras you were using for
the
your...
cameras and stuff. You guys
Yeah.
want to see them? I'll show you. I can flip
Yeah.
to this other one. This one here is a webcam that I'm going to flip to just to show you. I go to camera, Logitech Screen Cam 1. Okay. So this one going to be a little bit easier for me to show you guys what's going on here. But all right, this is the monitor that I was telling you guys about, which I'm still filming. That's going to be a long clip. Yeah,
You cannot.
I got it. It's
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the monitor that stays on my station. It's 5 inches. And whenever I'm filming, I use an 85 millimeter on a Sony a7S III. My ZV-1 is what the live show was coming out of the whole time. So it's not actually recording. My Zoom H6, and I'm sorry about the mess, I got to clean. But my Zoom H6 is where all my audio is coming from. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm using an 85 millimeter lens. I've experimented a lot with different lenses. and I'm telling you guys, the 85 millimeter is where it's at. You know, it's real good. What's up, guys? We live. So, yeah, we're live. So, but yeah, so I would just say, like, if you guys are going to be filming tutorials, the 24 to 70 is pretty cool, but I just couldn't get close enough. So as soon as, well, we got to get to 75. We said 75 likes. We need one more like. All right, so we got Barbados in the house. Duval. Oh, man, you know, might have to do it. Oh, you're talking about the other camera. Oh, so that's this one. So I got an Andis Cine monitor on it, but this is just an A7 III with a 24 to 70. This is one of my favorite, like, versatile lenses. Like, when I'm actually able to be behind the camera filming, moving around, that's like, you know, that's like my favorite one. One of my favorite lenses of all time. And it's just super versatile. I do weddings with it. I do like product shots. I do different stuff. So, you know, it's just, oh, so Rusty said, hey, Johan, he was just picking something up. I guess he left already. So 85 millimeter is just a fixed lens. It's just a prime lens. And I always film in manual. And with the Sony a7S, you can just hit one button and you get a single shot of autofocus, and it will autofocus for you. So whenever I move him, I just go over there and I just tap that button. That way, you notice how, like, some videos, like, you'll just always see it pulsing and stuff. Like, that drives me crazy. I can't take it, man. So, yeah, it's a good setup. It's a good setup. Who's from Jacksonville? We got a couple people from Jacksonville. You guys know Shahi Khan comes here, right? Let me show you guys. This was from when we went to go visit him, and we watched the game, and we got to sit in the owner's suite. I actually have a vlog on it. It was pretty crazy experience. Like, really one of the craziest experiences of all time. We got New Orleans in the house. You know what? I'm gonna let Courtney pick.
Pick what?
Pick somebody from the United States. Whoever drops a nice comment or something, whatever. Courtney, I'm gonna put the pressure on you, man. You pick them, and then whoever does win, just shoot me an email to my Master Primetime. It's on this side. Master Primetime. Shoot me an email. Give me your address. I'll coordinate with you, and we'll get it sent over to you. So let's see what these comments are saying. Courtney's about to pick it. Duval. Mr. George the Barber. No, man, I'm not kind of feeling somebody from Jacksonville. What do you think?
Let's see. Let's go back up. Oh, we got a thumb up.
There we go. We got that. We got 79 likes. Let's go. These comments are coming in quick now. Indiana in the house. Philly. Let's see here.
Yeah, show me.
You do it like this. If you just scroll down like this,
Oh.
it's easier. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's talk about it. Me. Right there. I think so. I think we got to do it, man, because I think Trevor Lawrence is about to be over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, man, but you know we're feeling it. What do you think? You think so?
Yeah,
You
I
with
think
it?
so. Go
All right,
for it,
let's do it. Let's do it. All right, and the winner is Duval, Mr. George,
Duval.
Mr. George the Barber. You're the winner of
Hey,
the.
beautiful.
Hey, and I said you had to
That's
drop a
right.
nice comment for her, right? She
Thank
was the one.
you.
She was like, you know what? I'm feeling it.
Nice
So.
having.
Just send me your email me right here, masterprimetime@gmail. I'll coordinate with you, and we'll get that Protege clipper right out to you. All right? And the rest of you guys, man, I'm sorry you can't win. We do got some big things coming. He said, don't pick me. I don't deserve it. I want to let you guys know, man, MMA, who's been rocking with us in this live the whole time, he's got a dope barber channel. Go check him out. Rusty Blades, he's got a dope barber channel. Go check him out. Ivy Mac, he's got a dope channel. Go check him out. Who else? There's more. Tank the Barber, awesome. My man Juan, he's been rocking with me for this is one of my longest subscribers, man. Juan has been dropping comments and showing love on this channel forever, man. Like maybe since the beginning, since the beginning. E-Money Fades, my man. Another one who's always in the house. J Beats and Waves is always in the house. You know something about, let me tell you guys something about Ivy Mac too. Ivy Mac got a horseshoe up his rear end. It makes it hard for him to sleep, but he wins every giveaway That man could win everything. You're lucky. You're lucky it was Courtney picking and we were just doing it. But he got a horseshoe up there. You know, he don't sleep well, but he got it. It's there.
You're welcome, George. So cute.
Oh, E-Money Fades, you just started your channel too? Awesome, man. I'm going to make sure I subscribe to you.
Wants to check,
I'll make sure I'm going to check
new
you out.
videos.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to check you out. So, all right, you guys, this live has been running for a long time. We started at 11, and it's 12:30. It took a while to do that cut to get it out, you know, to get it just right. All right, I'm going to delete this live in 3 days, man. So, you know, if you guys want to go back and watch it or whatever, that's what I'm going to have to do, man, because I just got to keep this channel growing. The stuff that we're doing is ultimately going to help a lot of people, man. So that's what I'm trying to do. But the good news is I filmed the whole thing on the other camera. I'm going to wrap it up in a bow for you guys and deliver, man. Yeah, the Gamma Guards, they do fit on the wall clipper. A lot of people have been asking that, and they do. They do. So if you guys got any more questions, I'll hang out for like one more minute, but we're about to split. There you go, man. There you go. Ace, what up? J-Rock, my man. He knows. J-Rock knows. You know, if there's a giveaway and it's just random, we know Ivy's going to win it. I should just put the label right on it. Before I even do the show, I should just go get the label printed. I got them saved in my address book. I had to send them so much shit. Oh, man. I appreciate that. The Fusion Blade is supposed to be coming out soon. I don't have an actual date, but it's supposed to be coming out pretty soon. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out pretty soon. There was a little thing go on, and he said, I'll trade someone the horseshoe for an Uno.
Yes. Hey, Melvin, thank you for that, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
And you're going to watch me soon. He's gonna.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them all.
So that's my name. You'll find me on YouTube. I already got,
that's it.
YouTube and Instagram.
That's right,
man. Fades. Yep. I am the fisherman.
She's going to be doing
in
it.
The barbershop.
she's serious about it, yo. She's got a fishing pole over there. You guys see it?
You see my pole, guys?
It's right here.
That's
the fishing pole right there in the shop. So.
Nice having Courtney on. Oh, thank
Frankie
you.
Sinatra, does the Gamma Blade fit on the wall? Yeah, most of them, yeah, I believe so. But I would rather, you know, like, I would probably, if I was going to use a wall blade, maybe I'd put it on the Gamma.
That's the shitty stuff.
Yeah. I got to clean up, man. I got a mountain of stuff to do. But I'm going to clean up. I'm going to make it happen.
For the Gamma X Evo.
I know. I can't really talk about it yet, but, you know, it's pretty good. But I'm just going to say, like, I don't want you guys to feel like you're at any type of disadvantage if you don't have the 2.0 or the Ergo. You know, that's why I did the cut today with the Protege, just to show you guys, you know, it's the Indian, it ain't the Arrow. If you guys get your skills good, you can pretty much do this with anything. And he said, I hope it don't smell like fish in there. No, only when she comes in after a big haul. She brings in all the fish. Yeah, dude, this apron is so nice. Like, I can't even tell you guys. Like, I love this thing. You know what I do all day? Like, I actually have my apron, right? And my phone sits right in here. That's what this is for. And I love, like, just checking it real quick like that. Bam, and I'm back to business. Because all my appointments, I schedule them all with Booked In. And, you know, so my Booked In app is right there. So I'm always just, you know, checking that out. And I got it right here in my apron.